Hi, sir. Good day to you. I'm Priya Jivanandan. Today, me and my teammates will be presenting you the proposal for Mastering English Grammar. So, here we go. So, let me start with introduction, where this program is mainly for SPM leavers and university students, where the purpose of this program to enhance grammar skills for academical and professional success. And our focus here is to focus on practical application in real-world context, and our goal is to communicate clearly, confidently, and professionally. By end of this program, we believe that our students will gain the skills and confidence to communicate effectively in both oral and written English, supporting their academical and also their career success. Next, let's look into course synopsis. This course synopsis is a short-term course focusing on grammar in real-life situation that consists of three main points, which is key areas that they will be covering, interactive learning, and also what the outcome. So as I mentioned earlier, for the key areas, we will be focusing on sentence structure, tenses, agreement, punctuation, and voice models. When it comes to interactive learning, we will be having various types of interactive learning, such as speaking sessions, role plays, group activities, and also labs. And what we can expect, or we can also put it in a way where what's the outcome by end of this program, is to increase confidence and foundational skills for higher education and career. So this also will help them to preparing them for their workforce for further education as well. We also believe that by end of the course, the students will actually confidently use their grammatical theories properly when it comes to written and also oral. Next, it's going to be a 5 weeks program where I've give a brief breakdown of what's going to happen in the next 5 weeks. So in the next 5 weeks, where the first week will be covering on parts of speech and sentence structure. Week two, where we will be covering on tenses, subject, verb, and agreement. For week three, we will be covering on punctuation, common errors. For the week four, active passive voice models, and for the final week, which is week five, academical grammar and portfolio, where my teammate will be explaining further on these activities and also what kind of program that the students can expect. Next, I'll be talking about the target participants. Our target participant, as I mentioned earlier, is SPM leavers and university students, just to aiming to improve their English. So as I mentioned earlier, it also helps them to build a stronger grammar foundation, improve speaking and also writing abilities, where they also help to boost confidence in using English in various settings. Additionally, this program will also helps to prepare participants for advanced language use, benefiting their proficiency in literature, linguistics, and also translation. That's all from my side. We will continue with my teammate. Thank you, sir.
Hello, my name is Sri Drupashini. Today I will be presenting theoretical approaches. This course is grounded in both prescriptive and descriptive approaches to grammar. It doesn't just teach rules to follow but also helps learners understand how grammar functions in real communication. We have also taken into account behaviorist theorists where repetition and reinforcement are used to master grammar rules, and cognitive learning theories, which encourage learners to explore and discover grammar patterns through meaningful tasks. The aim is to blend theory with practice through interactive activities that promote engagement, retention, and real life application. Okay. Moving to the next slide. Okay, course objective. First, students will be able to identify and apply grammar rules in both speech and writing. This ensures clarity and accuracy in their communication. Second, they will gain a true understanding of parts of speech such as nouns, verbs, adjectives, and more. This forms the foundation of effective sentence construction. Third, learners will master tense usage, subject verb agreement, and punctuation, all of which are essential for grammatical correctness. Then the course helps improve sentence variety and structure. by teaching students how to use clauses and modifiers effectively. Continuing with they will develop editing and proofreading skills as well, which are vital in both academic and professional writing. Students will also gain confidence using grammar in real life, no, in real world contexts, such as writing emails, filling forms, and also holding conversations. Lastly, this course prepares students for standardized English tests Cram- like Cambridge exams, especially focusing on their grammar-related sections. Moving on to the next slide. Okay, week one, parts of speech and sentence structure. In week one, the focus is on that part. Learners will be introduced to the eight parts of speech, such as noun, pronoun, verb, adjective, adverb, preposition, conjunction, and also interjection. They will also learn the elements of a sentence, such as a subject, predicate, or an object, and how these combine to form meaningful sentences. We will discuss how sentence structures influences meaning, clarity, and also tone. The goal is for students to recognize and build grammatically correct sentences using the right components. Okay, moving to activity one. Parts of speech sorting game. Okay, this one to enforce their understanding. The first activity is more to reinforce their understanding. Students will be given word cards, for example, run, happy, they, under, and they must sort them into categories based on the correct part of speech, like noun, verb, adjective. Okay. This hand-on activity will help them actively identify word classes. Well, yeah. It's simple and also engaging and ideal for pair or group work also. This one is actually more to physical interaction with words and also for build more memory power and understanding. Okay, moving on to the next activity, which is activity 2, sentence building puzzle. Here, students are given color-coded sentence strips that represent their, no, that represent different parts of sentence. For example, it can be subjects, verbs, objects. Okay, I'm giving an example. For example, a student may choose the cat as a subject, chased as a verb, the mouse as an object, quickly modifier to form a complete sentence. Okay, this activity will help learners see how parts of speech come together to create well-structured and meaningful sentences. It also encourages creativity, teamwork, and critical thinking as students experiment with different sentence combinations. I think that's all for me. Thank you. I'm passing it to the next presenter.
Hi, sir. My name is Sandhya Sukumaran. I'm going to talk about the topic activities and materials that are going to use in the course. So I'm going to talk about the week 2, which is going to conduct is tense and subjects of work agreement. So the first lesson we're going to learn is master in 12 verb tense and their uses. Example of the 12 verb tense is present simple, present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous, and then past simple, past continuous, past perfect, and past perfect continuous, and then future simple, future simple, future continuous, future perfect, and future perfect continuous. And those are the things they're going to learn about the first lesson, their verb tense and the users. Second lesson is they're going to learn about the correct formation of subject-verb pairs, which is they're going to learn about the singular subject and singular verb, plural subject and plural verb grammar. And then the last one is they're going to learn about the avoid common agreement error for accuracy. Those are the things they're going to learn in week 2. The activities they're going to conduct is the first activity is tense timeline poster, which is they're going to create a poster by using Canva or CapCut or any editing platform to create a poster. They're going to use the tense to create the poster. So here the example is we use is present tense, past tense, future tense, and present perfect tense. And then we give the example pictures, which is I study every night. Present tense, I studied last night, past tense, and then I will study tomorrow, future tense, and then I have studied for 2 hours, present perfect tense. Those are the tense used, and we use the pictures to the poster. Going to create a poster like this. And then the second activity is agreement correction relay. They're going to use a marker pen. The material we use is they're going to use a marker pen to write on the whiteboard. The opposite teammate going to write the incorrect word on the whiteboard, which is example, she go to school, which is the teammate going to write the correct sentence, which is she goes to school every day. So these are the game they're going to play on the second activity. That's all for week 2. And now week 3, they're going to learn about the punctuation and comma errors in grammar. So the first lesson they're going to learn is rules for commas, periods, semicolons, colons, and dashes. They're going to learn about the rules and the meaning of the commas, period, semicolons, colons, and dashes, and their uses in the grammar. And then the second one is they're going to learn about how to recognize and correct the grammatical mistake in grammar and the punctuation. And then the third one is they're going to learn about how to edit for clarity and how to correct the grammar mistakes. The activity they're going to conduct is the first activity, punctuation scavenger hunt, which is they're going to use a newspaper and highlighter. These are the material they're going to use. They're going to identify and highlight the punctuation. Example, question mark, semicolons, colons, dashes, commas. They're going to identify and highlight those punctuation, and they're going to share their answers with the lecturers, which is going to be more fun. Activity 2 they're going to conduct is error hunt challenge. The material they're going to use is printable worksheet and then pen or pencil to correct the grammar. So example is text 1, daily routine. Every day I wake up at 7 a.m. and brush my tooth. So the wrong grammar is tooth. We should use teeth. So they're going to identify and circle or cut the word, and they're going to rewrite the correct word, and they're going to create the sentence again. These are the activity 2 they're going to play on week 3. So these are my part. Thank you so much, sir.
Hi, sir. My name is Norik Mafasha binti Sharifin. Today, I will present you our project for my part is week 4 and also week 5. As you can see at here, right now I'm presenting you week 4 activity, passive voice and models. As you can see at here, we do have different activity vs passive voice, and also we do have use model verbs for probability, obligation, and ability. And also, we do have shift voice to suit tone and clarity. We move to the next slide. Okay, for this slide on week 4, first activity we're gonna do is voice flip game. Voice flip game, as you can see at here, we do have active and also passive. For the active, the example for the active, the chef, the chef cook a delicious meal. And also for the passive, we do have delicious meal cooked by the chef. And you can see at here, active, the student complete the assignment, and passive, the assignment was complete by the student. And we do have a lot for active for the example, as you can see at here, and we do have the passive word. And they are building a new library. For the passive, a new library is being built by them. For the activity, like example, like here, the dog chased by the cat. And also for the passive, the cat was chased by the dog. And also you can see at here, the teacher is explaining the lesson. And for the passive, the lesson is being explained by the teacher. Next slide, we move to the next slide. And for week 4, we do have second activity like a model role play. You can use the activity for the role play with the student, and from that, you can know that student can do great in their grammar or not. As example, the scenario card model verb can must and should. Like example, the scenario one, you see someone struggling to carry heavy bags. And also for the scenario two, your phone battery is low and you are expecting a call. Scenario three, there is a sign that says no entry. And scenario 4, you are feeling tired but have homework due tomorrow. And for the scenario 5, you want to learn how to play the guitar. Scenario 6, you forgot your umbrella and it started raining. And for the scenario 7, you are sick with a fever. And scenario 8, you have an important exam next week. This is an example role that you may use to implement in your class. We move to the next slide. Next slide. Okay, this is for the week 5. For the week 5, we use the term academic grammar and portfolio. Like example, nominalization and hegemony in academic writing, and use formal grammar to support argument like a debate, and compile a grammar improvement portfolio. We move to the next slide. And also before that, and also in this week 5, we do have two activities. Let's go and see. Next slide. Okay, for the activity 1, we do have academic language short. Like example, formal and informal learning. Just as for the formal structure, we do have structure goal to target the goal, and instructor lead. As a method by face-to-face with the instructor, and also online, like example, like online class and like game videos and podcast video game for the face-to-face, like coaching to face-to-face, having class, physical class, yeah, tutorial, group talk, seminar, and And for the informal learning, I'm planning, not set for the goals self-directly. I'm planning for the learning. So yeah, it's like a forum. You go to have a forum conversation with your friends, and you use English or good grammar to having a conversation with your friends, and also online communication through a call, through a video call, or maybe by a text. And for the personal research, okay, I'll give you the example on online book resources. Like example, when you're watching a movie, right? When you're watching a movie, you do not understand some of word, and you go search on Google online platform about that word that you do not understand, and from that you are learning the new word. Okay, we move to the next activity. Activity 2, peer portfolio feedback. As you can see at here, we do have a feedback. We need for feedback from the student. They can put their name on here and also date at here. Yeah, why we need a feedback? Because from the feedback, it can show us the student understand what we are teaching and what their need. From that, we can bring it to the student need.
Hi, my name is Kamli Narajan. So I'm gonna explain about proposal of mastering English grammar. So that's our title. Okay, so the part that I'm going to explain is assessment. In assessment, we have divided into 5 different type of points. First is evaluate both understanding and practice use of grammar concept. Number 2, include in-class activity, collaborative project, and final grammar portfolio. Number 3, focus on students' ability, which is identifying and explaining grammar rules, apply grammar accurately in writing and communication. The next one is encourage continuous improvement and active participation. The last is highlight the importance of using feedback to enhance learning outcome. So these are the 5 different ways that student will be assessed based on these 5 points throughout each week. So sometimes they will be focusing on identifying, explaining grammar thing, and then sometimes in 1 week they will be like mostly it's like more to encouraging them to have a continuous improvement and active participation, so that whenever in all the weekly programs we want the student to have more interaction, more understanding in what they are learning, whatever they are learning, do they really understand it, and can they apply it in their daily life? So there's a 5 ways they will be assessed. Okay, so the next one is planned assessment. Okay, in this assessment in this course designed to evaluate both understanding and practice application grammar concept covered each week. So students will be assessed throughout a variety of methods, as I told before, including in-class activity, collaborative, and all those stuff. So, and emphasis will be placed on continuous improvement, participation, and ability to apply feedback and enhance in learning outcome. So the first one, if you can see here, the weekly assessment. So the first week, it's like they'll have some grammatical concept, grammatical questions. So the student have to choose which is the correct one. So that's the thing. And then the second one is like they'll have to use the correct word and all those stuff. So that's the first week one. And then the B, identify and correct the grammar errors in the following sentence. So they have 5 sentences, so they have to correct it, each sentence. And number C, rewriting the task. So each change the active to passive voice, the grammar rules. Then D, write assignment. So they will have a top title and they have to write it through it in the assignment. And then the last one is a presentation. Student can present through different type of stuff. They can draft, explain behind the post, and why they choose the tone and style, all the stuff. So these are the things the student will be evaluate. And through this, we can also see how much the student really understand the topic actually. So sometimes they might seem they understanding the whatever we are teaching them, but they might not really understand. So throughout all these assessment, we can clearly see those who are really understanding and those who are struggling a bit. So from there, we can catch up with the one who are struggling and to improve more on them. So I can put more effort in them and then can teach them more. So they are also in the same level of the one very high proficiency student in the classrooms. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. Myself, Vilashni Palniappan. Today, I'm going to present the budget allocations and the instructor details for our short-term professional English course, which is Mastering English Grammar. So, this course will be run for 5 weeks, and our budget covers key areas, including instructor fee, assistant instructor fee, course materials, stationeries, venue rental, equipment support, refreshments certificate, as well as contingency funds. So the main cost is the instructor fee, calculate as 50 ringgit per hour with 20 hours of instruction for 5 weeks. That totals 1,000 ringgit. Next is assistant instructor fee. We calculate RM 20 ringgit per hour with 20 hours for 5 weeks. So that totals RM 400. So we also allocate our budget RM 100 ringgit for course materials, which is printed notes and worksheets, RM 100 for stationeries, including whiteboard markers, whiteboard, pens, A4 papers, sticky notes, and etc. So next, we allocate the budget 600 for venue rental, including projector, chairs, and tables. Next, 205 ringgit for equipment and technician support, which is mic, speakers, and internet. And yeah, we also allocate the budget for refreshment, which is cost RM 375 and 24 ringgit for printed certificate for the participants. And yeah, we also allocate the contingency funds in case we do have unexpected costs. So altogether, the total estimated budget is 2,714 ringgit. So next, next is our main instructor. She is our main instructor. So she is certified English language educator with over 10 years of experience in teaching grammar and professional communication to tertiary level students. This instructor brings strong expertise in both academic and workplace writing. To support delivery, we also propose appointing an assistant instructor whose role includes to assist the main instructor and manage the digital tools such as quiz, grammar tools, and slides as well. Yeah, this assistant will be help facilitate reflection activities and monitor student progress throughout the course. So yeah, that concludes the budget and then instructor overview. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Irina, and I will be explaining about the expected outcomes of our Mastering English Grammar course. So first is confident use of correct grammar in academic and professional contexts. So grammar in academic could means like communicating with friends even, and writing report, doing an essay, and presentations. And for professional context, it could be doing a more serious setting, writing an email maybe, or presenting in a more professional and serious way. So no matter what the situation is, the confident in using the correct grammar is very crucial. So hence why we created this course. And second is improve clarity and effectiveness in communication. So it is important to have confidence and also improve our clarity in communicating to ensure that what we wanted to convey is being conveyed, and also what we mean is actually whatever that we meant to say is actually understood by others by using the correct grammar and of course English language, grammar in English language. And then last one is the ability to self-assess and continue learning independently. As we have also offers various assessments for students or the participants for them to continue working on understanding and mastering the English grammar itself. So they are able to self-assess, and also they can continue to learn it independently. Next is the conclusion of our Mastering English Grammar course. So the first one is this course is a comprehensive course to master English grammar. As I said, we have offered a lot of assessments and practices for the participants to learn more deeply in terms of English grammar, and also get a good outcome out of it. So the second one is practical skills for academic success and career readiness. This is to prepare them for their future. Of course, if you use the correct grammar in English language, you can possibly success academically, no matter what the course of the subject that you want to pursue. English is quite an important subject, and learning grammar is one of huge part of it. So yeah, and then career readiness, it is also important in terms of future plans and whatnot. So nevertheless, English is really important, especially understanding the grammar, and also mastering it is really crucial to ensure that we are ready to pursue or to move to our next step in terms of career, anything like advanced academic, maybe like higher academic success. So yeah. And then the last one is we emphasize on interaction, application, and ongoing improvement. Interaction in terms of course, communicating, to ensure that we understood and we can convey the words as how we intended them to. And second one is application, which means everything that you have learned in this course, you are able to apply it in real life situations. And then ongoing improvement, which we provide feedbacks and feedbacks among peers, and also feedback between the educator and also the participant of the course to ensure that we keep moving and keep learning about English grammar. Yeah, to ensure that we can master it and learn it as we go by. Because English grammar is quite a huge course topic, as it has so many variety in it, and you will never stop learning it in terms of so many, like the vocabulary, the rules of when to use this word and whatnot. So it is very a vast topic to master. So having a feedback is really crucial to, of course, ensure ongoing improvement as time goes by. So that is all from me. Thank you.